My name is Leo Connors, and welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. Tonight, I got a special guest and a co-host. My special guest is professional wrestler Diego Alvarez, El Guapo, Papi Chulo.
Papi Guapo.
Papi Guapo.
Guapo Grappling, whatever you want to call me.
There you go. And for my co-host, Dave Fournier.
They're probably sick of seeing me by now.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, guys?
Hello.
All right. Listen, we're just going to get right into it. We're going to get to fan questions. I don't think this is really a fan question, but you might want to listen to this. Ken Watson. Can he be done, actually? Don't know much about him, but looks like a great talent. That could enhance my stable. Reach for the stars.
Well, he's got a good eye with the talent part right there, because
Right.
I am top talent, I would say. I know it's someone else's shtick, actually.
It's nobody's now. It's nobody's now. Right? It was someone's.
Yes.
They go by something else now.
Yeah, of course.
So we could have a new top talent around town, right? Why not?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Damn right.
All right, Ben Caccieri, what's the funniest memory you have from wrestling so far?
I actually thought about that because I saw that question on Facebook, and I
Ben's
thought
a good dude.
Good kid, yeah, I like
he
him.
is.
Yeah, really good kid. It was at NRG, actually, with me and my other tag partner, one half of Guapo Suave, Lex Lozano.
Yep.
So I think it was me and him and Barnaby Combs. You guys
Yep.
know him, Belltime Boys. Yeah, we're all outside the NRG, a little venue. And there was some, let's just say, old ladies flirting with good old Lex Lozano. And she was saying very explicit things.
Really?
And, yeah, she was saying a lot of things about, wetness and all that stuff. That's just,
Wow.
stuff like that.
I guess they don't call him the lover boy
I don't
for
know.
nothing.
Yeah,
huh?
they
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I'm not sure if this is PG or not, so I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
it's
That's
all
why I'm just saying, you guys can put it to.
We
to
just
what
have
they-
some of my kids from my elementary school watching, and it's up. What's up,
Just
guys? Just
mute it.
remember, guys,
Stay in school.
stay in school.
in
That's
school.
right. Say no to drugs and stay in school.
It was just raining out. That's what he meant by wetness.
That's what.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what I meant.
yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
guys.
Was it really
Come on.
raining again?
It was raining.
Jerry Lane. I noticed you've been wrestling in Vermont with the Cold Hard Truth Johnny Pierce as the Cold Hard Guapos.
Best damn
What's
tag
it
team.
like having Johnny Pierce as a tag team partner?
Whoa.
Confident, maybe?
Confident.
Like the guy's
Well,
huge.
The thing is, with both of us, we were basically thrown together as a tag team. It was basically, he was my heater, He was my bodyguard,
Yeah.
as you can say. And all of a sudden, ETWA, we went into the tag team title picture. So it really, we weren't supposed to be a tag team, but so far, we've really gelled well as a tag team, I would say.
Excellent. Excellent.
Beating
Now,
people up, beating all those tag teams in Vermont.
And don't you have championship belts in Vermont?
Yes, we do. The
Yes.
ETWA tag team champions.
yes, and you guys have a match against Relentless coming up in September.
Yep, yes we do. I think I didn't know what their name was.
Yeah.
I thought I just called them Lost Boy number 3 and number 4 because they're friends with the
The
Lost
Lost
Boy.
Boy.
They're all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Lost
yeah,
Boys.
yeah.
I just called them Lost Boy number 3 and 4. I hope with all disrespect, because
Yeah.
come September 23rd, those titles are staying around the Cold Hard Guapos. Just no
Nice.
disrespect, boys, if you guys are watching.
Right. Now, I heard you mention the Belltime Club. Is that where you trained?
Yes. So originally I trained at the New England Pro Wrestling Academy
Yeah.
for a few years. And then it was just last year, I believe, around May is when I decided to make the switch to Belltime Club. It was just a lot closer to me. I realized that it was a 13-minute drive
Right.
from where I work and from home. So I was like, oh wow, because I've heard of Belltime before. And I was just like, where is it? Oh, Wakefield, Mass. So I'm like, what? I live in Malden. Well, at the time, Malden.
Right.
Now I'm in Woburn. But still, they were very close to each other. So I just thought it was just better for my schedule and whatnot. And
Now, when you started there, was it Chase or was it Fury?
I did start when Fury was there, but then I was very on and off
Yep,
with my
yep.
training. I was
That's
not
all right.
consistent at all. And then I came back when Chase took over.
Okay.
And so, Chase and Scott.
Nice.
I credit them a lot for my training. They great coaches
Yep,
all around.
absolutely.
Bo Douglas too, and Belltime Club, all of them. Frank
Yep.
Champion.
Were there adjustments when you went from one school to the other that you had to make?
Not really, because Bo also has they all have the same mindset really, when it comes to the business and how they think of it. So it was an easy transition
Right.
for me. It just so
Nice.
happens that I just got along with Bo and the rest of the Belltime people just a little bit more, and that's no disrespect to anybody. At that
Right,
point.
and that's like Adams down there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And Bucka.
But Aaron Cadamia,
Yeah,
Barnaby,
yeah.
like I mentioned,
Barnaby,
Lex, L Valentine.
JJ.
Yeah, JJ.
Yeah, excellent, man. That's awesome. All right, Jonathan Saucy, he don't really have a question. But Diego's a great talent. Seriously, a talent people should be watching very closely. You're constantly one of the hardest working people I've seen, always moving, always trying something new, and always willing to team. However, if there is a point where you feel a bit burnt out, if you do what you do personally to continue working as hard as you do, much love and respect to you, my friend. I got lost there. You must have too, right?
I actually did read that question, like I said, on Facebook.
Is there ever a point where you feel a bit burnt out? You know, wrestling and training and all that.
Maybe. I mean, sometimes like I'll have like, I'll take maybe a weekend off or something. But for me, it's like I'm 26 years old. Like I'm in great shape. I'm probably in the best shape of my life right now. Still got a lot of work to do. I'm still not like jacked up, but I'm getting leaned out. I'm just very what's the word I'm looking for? Motivated. I'm just very motivated right now. So I'm not really feeling burnt out at all or anything. I'm just foot on the gas, baby.
So what do you do personally though to continue working as hard? Just keep going training?
Just keep training, keep having the right mindset, Like I'm not where I want to be and I want to be at like where I want to be. You know what I mean? So it's like there's still a lot to do, and like I said, I'm only 26 years old.
Right.
You only live once. Like you might as well get to it now, because I don't want to be, in my 50s or 60s. I don't want to be an old man and just say, oh, what if?
I want to be like us, Dave.
Yeah.
And not say he didn't do anything.
I just don't want that what if, It's like,
I hear you. No doubt.
How long have you been wrestling? Like, when was your first match?
last summer, actually.
Okay, so it's only been a year.
Okay, so it's been a year.
Yep.
Nice.
I think, what was it? August 6th was my first unofficial match. It was a tag match, me and Sigma. You guys know Sigma? Against Aaron and Barnaby.
Nice.
Pretty
and
cool.
who was that for?
It was CWA.
Okay.
They've only run a few times.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. That's cool. All right, Riley Harrington. Ask him what it's like to be the Guapi Papi. Did I say it wrong?
I know what he means by that, Papi. When I read that, I took that as like, how is it like to be Papi Guapo? Like, come on, look at me, brother. It's a great life. Let's just say that.
He said it wrong, right?
That's the way he says it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're right.
That's a little inside between me and the collective.
Well, it's funny because I'm actually known as Poppy at my house too. My grandson calls me Poppy.
Oh, I thought it was Maria.
Now she calls me Poppy too in a different way. No, Kid V, best lesson you've learned from pro wrestling that have helped you in everyday life. Great question there, kid.
Like I said, most of the questions that I saw I saw them all, so I was trying to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
But with Kid V's question, really, actually, can you repeat that again? Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. He wants to know best lesson you've learned from pro wrestling that helped you in everyday life.
Being consistent, really, just consistency. Just being consistent with bookings and whatnot.
Yep.
But like how it's helped me with everyday life, it's staying consistent with the gym, staying consistent with what I eat.
Yep.
Just really, it all just revolves around that. Really, just being consistent with everything in my life. Just gym, food, trying to stay in shape.
Yep.
Wrestle as much as I can. And stuff like that.
You got anything you want to add?
So I mean, I know you mentioned you've only been wrestling a year, but it seems like now, just from looking at your own Facebook page and the schedule of shows, you're almost on a show every weekend now. Does that differ from? Did you ever think a year ago that you'd be already at this point?
I always want to be confident. Like, what, I'm destined for big things, but I didn't think it would happen so soon.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I still think even a year is like, wow, because I've already been in the ring with great opponents, like guys like Masshole Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Shout out to TJ Crawford, Ryan Clancy, Fancy Ryan Clancy.
Yep.
Guys like that, Nico Silva. And there's a whole list, Scott Reed, too.
Yeah.
Been in the ring with him.
Yep. And Mike Hollow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, you trained.
Trained with Mike.
With Mike, right?
Yep.
Nice. All right, Monty Aries wants to know, who are some of the guys you look up to in the business right now that help you improve your work?
I, like I said, saw that on Facebook too, and there's a two-parter for me. So like, I'm gonna include all my coaches, every single one of my coaches that have helped me, like Chase, Del Monte, Scott Guerin, Bo Douglas, Frank Champion,
Right.
Harlow, and Scott Reed as well. Even though, I mean, I don't go to the Elite Pro Wrestling Academy, but I stop by every now for
Yep.
training. I credit those guys for all my training because without them,
Right.
you know, I wouldn't be
Right.
where I'm at. And
It's great to go to different places to train too.
of course, they always recommend it too.
Yes.
Lots of different styles, lots
Yes.
of different minds to pick.
Yep.
And when it comes to, and then, okay, yeah, that's the first part. Then the second part, I'm gonna name, like, you know, obviously wrestlers I grew up watching, guys like Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, even, you know, I know, Chris Benoit,
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, that era of wrestling, really, all the because like the 2003, 2004 era is when I started watching. Like, so I was mostly watching like SmackDown, the wrestling show. That's what really got me.
Right.
Those guys really like motivated me. Really were big inspirations growing up.
Nice. And that was when the Indies were red hot too, man. 2002, 2003, 2004. I mean, they were red hot. What's the most valuable advice you've gotten since you started? That's also from Monty.
Valuable. There's so many. I'm gonna say, I mean, because I've already said consistency and all that. That's really the main thing. But like, if I had to, you know, say something else, just slowing down, take your moment in the ring.
Yeah.
You know, just, you know, don't try to rush through, you know,
Right.
like a match or whatnot. You know, take your time, just live in the moment, just take it all in.
And not only are they saying that to you, but they said that to every single person that's ever started training to be a wrestler. Slow down.
Slow down, take your time,
It's
live
the
in the
truth,
moment.
man. It really is. Referee Marky Pins.
Oh, I'm sorry, and just
Yeah.
to answer another part to the other question, just okay. So I said first, what's it called? Sorry.
The people that you train.
Yeah. So another, just to answer that last part, just also, what's it? Oh, leave your ego out the door. You know, just
Yeah.
just be a business. Just be all about business.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you know, it's professional wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
we all, you know, it's like it's
Absolutely.
You gotta do. Go on. Sorry.
But that's all right. But,
But, yeah.
they tell you, right? Eyes and ears open, mouth shut. Right?
That's
you know
another
what
way I
mean?
could have said. I could have just said that. Keep your mouth shut.
but I mean, that's what, like, from what I've heard people tell people. You know what I mean? I'm not a trainer or anything like that. I just love the wrestling business. That's all. All right. So Maki wants to know, who would you consider your biggest rival right now?
Anybody that steps in the ring with me, because I'm going in to win. You know, a lot of people want to go in like, oh, let's go in there and have a great match. You know, everybody's all about, you know, shaking hands and being all nice to each other in the back. You see, that's all good and well, you know.
Right.
But I'm in this business, you know, to be a champion. I want to be the top guy, selfishly, you know. But you got to have that drive in this business. in my
Absolutely.
opinion.
Yeah, you can
You
only do it for
definitely have
yourself.
to.
But yes, biggest rivals, not anybody, particularly just anybody who I step in the ring with. Because
Okay.
I want to be number one.
Excellent. Adam Barber.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, Adam.
Yep. No. Put him on the hot seat.
Oh, that's-
Who's the better partner, dummy one or dummy number two?
Oh, come on. I like both of them equally.
Is he talking about him and his brother?
Oh, I think he's talking about Johnny Pierce and Lex Lozano.
Oh, okay.
I like both of them equally.
Rotten apple guy.
One's more hard-headed than the other one. You can choose who.
Well, this one you didn't get a chance to read the question because it was sent to me on direct message from Mike Hollow. Biggest learning takeaway both in and out of the ring in 2023.
Didn't I just say I answered that?
Biggest learning takeaway? Yeah?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Did I? Yeah, from the... Yeah, I did. Monty asked that.
Monty asked something very similar, to that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, all right. So, do you have any...
What's the biggest? I'm
Okay,
sorry.
no.
What's
Go
the
right
biggest
ahead,
takeaway
please.
you've gotten from the times you've had the chance to go up and train under Coach Hollow?
Yeah, there you go.
The biggest take, the little things, really. He's old because he does, like, Coach Hollow, he doesn't care about the moves. He doesn't care about
Yeah.
how many spots you do in a match, you know.
Footwork.
Engaging with the crowd,
Yeah.
you know, switching gears. He always tells me that, you know, levels
Right.
of emotions, you know, throughout a match.
Yeah.
So it's like the little things, really. And when you, like, really look at it, it's like, oh, wow, like, you never look at it from that. Like,
Right.
he'll take apart a match, and you're like, oh, wow, I could have done that. Oh, wow, I didn't think
Yeah.
about that. You know, just little stuff like that. Always just the small stuff.
Excellent.
And I feel like it's made me into a better wrestler because of it. Just thinking about like psychology-wise, you know, going into a match.
So you've wrestled for about what, 8 companies now, maybe? Was it that, about something like that, right?
There, yeah, I want to say.
Now you work for Pat.
Pat Dillon, UFO. Yeah, I've done some shows.
Yeah, and you've obviously worked in Vermont for ETWA.
Yes, sir.
NRG.
NRG, yes.
Yeah.
A few matches, yes.
Who else?
Wrestling Federation of America.
Yes,
the WFA here in New Hampshire.
That's
Hell
right.
yeah. Poppy Nation right here.
Yep.
They're here in Nashua.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let's see, who else?
Oh,
Focus?
There's WFA. There's Let's Wrestle in Maine.
Nice.
That's a lot of fun wrestling
Yeah.
over there. Still, it's a little. It's not that it's rough, but it's a tough crowd. Like you really have to engage with the crowd. Like really talk to them. Talk to them. Like Randy, the booker over there, Randy Carver. Like he told me after my match with Masshole, he just told me, dude, you have it. You just gotta, you gotta talk to them. You really gotta talk to them.
Right.
And
Randy, that's good for promoting for a young kid.
Oh yeah, it's a big opportunity. I'm very blessed to be part of like the Let's Wrestle roster ranks. You know.
Yep.
Like I said, I mentioned T.J. Crawford earlier. Ryan Clancy got to wrestle those guys there.
Now TJ, he comes out of the Creative Pro. Correct?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, where the MJF came out of too, and a lot of other Max Casta,
A lot of talent.
Anthony Bowens. I mean, a lot of people have come. T.J. Crawford.
Yeah. And guess what? I beat him too.
You beat him too?
I beat him, yeah.
Nice.
Wolfed him right in the nuts.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Don't tell the referee though.
No, he really is very talented.
He's
that kid, man, very talented.
very good,
So if
very
you got to
good.
win over him, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Have you
Hell of a
had
talent.
any injuries in your young career?
I actually, it wasn't like an injury, but it was ETWA. It was the November show. It was a 5-on-5 elimination match, and I hurt my shoulder in that match.
Yeah.
And I think it was I went to physical therapy for 6 weeks. I was supposed to go for longer than that, but I'm an idiot, so I was just like, my shoulder's feeling better. It's like, I don't need, I'm young. But it was like nerve damage that I had in my shoulder, so I couldn't like on the ride home. I was laying down in Johnny Pierce's car, and anytime I couldn't even get up because anytime I would get up, the pain would just shoot through, and I'd start screaming.
Right.
Like if you ever see Johnny Pierce, he'll let you know. I was just in the back, just screaming like a little girl. I was like, I can't move, guys, But it was that's as far as that's pretty much the only injury I've had.
So that was my next question was how's traveling with Johnny Pierce?
Oh, it's fun.
He talk a lot of basketball though to you?
He talks a lot. I love you, man.
He does like to talk, but so do I. I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking to talk.
No, I love Johnny Pierce. I love teaming with him. Him and Lex, both equally.
Yeah.
Equally.
Actually, funny story, and this is told, but I ran into Johnny Pierce back when NXT was in Lowell. And it's funny, we mentioned how he always likes to talk, and usually he does every time I see him. But that night, I don't know what it was, he was in a hurry to get away from everybody that night.
Really?
It was just kind of funny, because that was the only time I've ever seen him not want to talk.
Wow. Yeah, because he does like to talk. He's a very sociable guy.
Yeah, he is.
You know?
Very.
I don't know.
Funny guy, too.
What do you watch for TV? Anything on the TV that like I have to watch that you go, man, Leo and Dave, they need to watch this show. Is there anything?
Oh, I'm gonna
Because
sound.
I'm a TV guy.
I'm gonna sound like the most boring person ever. I am. I apologize, but I really don't watch a lot of TV.
You have a life then. That don't apologize. That means you have a life because I don't. I watch TV. That's
I'll
all
watch
I do.
like throwback stuff. Like old shows like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Family Matters.
Yeah.
I'm talking really old shows. Keenan and Kel, MTV.
No, you're not talking really old shows, trust me.
Old for me.
Old for you, yes, absolutely.
Would you say you're almost 30?
I'm 26.
26.
Yeah, I just turned 26 a few months ago.
So he comes from that era where people don't watch TV. They might watch streaming maybe, but
I graduated high school longer than he's been alive.
that's
There you go.
that's crazy.
Right? Dave, what do you like?
So, I actually had a question.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so you mentioned you grew up, I believe, you said in Malden, correct? And so you were from the New England area.
From Medford, yeah.
Medford, okay.
Medford, yeah, around that area.
Nice. So this past June, you had the opportunity to wrestle in front of the crowd at Fenway Park. What was that like, wrestling at Fenway Park?
Ooh, I did not wrestle. I was
didn't
one
get
of the.
to wrestle?
I was one of them.
Matches cut?
Yeah, it was supposed to be me, Red Sawyer, Tessa Strength, Red Sawyer, Mike Rassa, and Mike Skyros in a 4-way.
I'm sorry for bringing that up.
Oh no, it's fine. No, I'm glad you brought it up because I mean, I wasn't upset. It was like, hey, the people just got robbed of a dope 4-way.
Right.
That's that's all I gotta say. But
They got robbed in the main event too.
that too. Oh, that was.
You know
off.
what I mean? I know. I told Dave, I said, when there was 20 minutes left, man, you must have been like, get him in. Yeah, I don't know.
Or when the last match that was on and Dante Luna came up to me and said, go in front of the ring and tell them that the show's over. And I'm like, what's this crowd? Like, thankfully it was a less traditional
nobody really
wrestling
knew,
crowd, so they
until it
didn't
just
really,
happened.
other than like Jerry and a couple other people, most people didn't, really.
And it wasn't a far drive for me. I wasn't like, oh, I'm pissed off or stuff. You know, it's like I only drove like 20 minutes here. It's like I got a nice tan. I got to see people that I enjoy seeing. Some people I enjoy seeing.
But it's funny, ever since that night, I call Adam Cadabia Mr. Main Event now because he was in the main event that day.
Yeah.
Him and Benny
Aaron's
Jukes.
a good dude, man.
That's another guy. Shout out Benny Jukes. Bell Time Club, also trainer.
Yeah, he's been around a long time.
He's awesome. He's great.
He did a lot for Alec too.
Oh yeah, I've heard
for
you.
Alec. Remember the matches they had at
They had
bad
some-
shows
yeah.
in
The
Malden?
UFO shows, yeah.
The
Yes.
Irish American Club in
bad
Malden.
shows, yeah.
There was some good shows, man.
Have you had the chance to step in the ring with Alec Price?
Not yet. No, I wish to soon. Him, another Bell Time alumni, Channing Thomas.
Yep.
That's another guy.
Yep.
Love to step in
Just
the ring
won
with.
the Vacation Land Cup.
Yes, he did. Limitless World Champ.
Yep.
Congratulations to him. Maybe one day I'll take that belt from him. You never know. Ooh,
Never know.
never
Sky's
know.
the limit.
He's not going to be around much longer, I don't think.
Oh, I don't think so either.
I do not think so.
Him, Ichiban, that whole crew. I think.
Yep.
It's about time that I think they're gonna get signed at some point.
Yeah.
Very soon, I would
Yeah.
say.
That miracle generation.
Well, remember, we're lucky to have Channing Thomas around here because he is on loan from the Dallas office.
Yes, of course.
Of
yes.
course he is.
That's true. Yeah, and he's got that WWF Hall of Famer by his side, Sidney Bacabella.
Oh, he's awesome. He's great.
So I know you have, we've talked about you're in 2 different tag teams. You also do a lot of singles wrestling. Do you prefer to be an individual competition or in tag team competition, or do you like both?
I mean, this is no disrespect to my tag partners, but I see my future as a singles. I can just only focus on myself.
Yep.
Just have to worry about myself, and that's it. In a tag team, it's you and your partner. You can't just take all the shine away. It's like the shine should be on like both the guys. Both the guys in the tag team, not just one guy. But yes, my future really is as a single. So yeah, I would say I prefer singles.
Excellent. Well, that's what you had said earlier, that you want to just be like a top guy. That's what Carmelo said to Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels said, let's make it happen.
Oh yeah,
And it's happening.
it is NXT champ.
You could be next. You never know.
Never
Keep
know.
working hard.
Always.
Just keep working hard, man. Working wherever you can.
The work's not gonna stop until I'm right up there. You know, I'm gonna keep on
Have
going.
you worked for Trooper yet?
for?
New World Wrestling Extreme.
No, I have not. No,
Troop,
no,
there's
no.
a good guy to keep your eye out, Troop, for sure.
Right here, Papi Guapo.
Yeah.
But back to the promotions.
Yeah.
WFA, Let's Wrestle. I've wrestled for RWA this past weekend. Me and Lex was
For T Phoenix.
Yep, T Phoenix. Yeah, that was
Excellent.
great. I'm actually. You mentioned Focus Pro. I'll be making my debut there September 30th.
Nice.
Finally, because I've seen those shows and they look.
Right.
Like I've seen it from the Facebook Live, and I'm like, whoa, that looks.
Are they running Wednesdays?
No, it's on the Saturday. It's on
I think that. I believe that's
okay.
Fight Life.
Fight Life.
Fight
Friday.
Fight Life
Wednesday.
is the Wednesdays. Yeah,
because
those
then Wrestling Open runs Thursday.
Yes.
And then everybody runs. You know what I mean.
Of course.
People run on Friday.
So
Like
this is-
Ryan Drew runs on a Friday.
Yes. So this is your debut for Focus Pro, and this is their first year anniversary show.
What is says something right there. Hey,
There you go.
they need somebody big for the anniversary show. All right.
Nice, nice. So, do you have any road stories besides you being hurt? I want maybe some fun road stories. Maybe, I don't know.
I feel road story.
No flat tires, no nothing, because I shouldn't even say flat tires around Dave.
No, I've had horrible luck with my
Dave,
tires lately.
Dave has had, no lie, probably 5 or 6 flat tires in the
That
span
sounds-
of a month, man.
Oh, that sounds awful. That's awful. But roads, I don't really have much.
No?
Really, nothing on
That's
the road.
all right.
Yeah, it's not really, not right now at least.
Yeah.
No.
Now, have you ever gone on like a big trip with just with more than just you and Johnny? Like, is it like 5 of you piled into a car to drive up somewhere?
Yes, me and the Belltime crew, basically Aaron Cadamia, Barnaby Combs. Sometimes L Valentine will be there, Lex Lozano, Sam Radcliffe, all of us in the car. So yeah, usually you just travel with that path.
Right. Haley?
Sometimes she'll go to the show.
Haley's cool, man. I like Haley.
She's cool.
I met Haley at whatchamacallit shows, Todd's.
Okay.
Proving Grounds.
Proving Ground.
Shows. Yeah.
But back to like how we were talking about the promotions and whatnot. ETWA, Green Mountain Wrestling. Those are the two Vermont promotions I work for.
Right.
And I really do enjoy my time in Vermont.
Yeah.
Really, the crowd there. I mean, they don't seem too very fond of me. I'm not sure why. I'm a great person, I would say. But anytime I go out there, I'm just rained down with booze.
Right.
Me and Johnny Pierce. Don't know why. We're great guys.
Right.
That's just my opinion. But it's a fun time wrestling there. The crowd's always hot, crowd's electric.
Nice.
Actually, yesterday, Green Mountain, as I mentioned, I was in the main event, me and Johnny Pierce against Owen Brody. You guys know the O Bro. Yes. And Brody Jackson, who is I think he's a referee. You know what I'm talking about. Transitioning into a wrestler. Yeah, that was a hot main event. Crowd was very hot for it, like the entire match.
Yeah, Owen Brody's good too.
Well, he's great.
He really is.
He's great, yeah.
He really is good.
So why do you think the people in Vermont hate you, but then you come to like New Hampshire and wrestle for WFA and the people seem to love you there?
Well, that's simple. The people in New Hampshire are smarter than the people in Vermont.
Wow.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is definitely, it is true.
Vermont's a very old school.
Yeah.
They're
yes,
very,
Yeah. I couldn't live in Vermont. There's not enough city in it for me.
There isn't.
There's not there's not enough city in Vermont for me to want to live or even visit Vermont. No offense, guys.
I've visited. I've stayed over for a whole weekend. This is years ago in Vermont, and I was no disrespect to the Vermont people. Well, actually a little bit, just a little bit. It's just there's nothing to do.
Right.
I stayed over for a weekend with some friends. Well, it was my friend's friend. That is, parents.
Just gotta have a girl if you're in Vermont.
I actually did meet a girl that weekend, but other than that, it was just.
Did she have all her teeth?
Listen, if there's a girl, there's always something to do.
Yeah, but then the next day there was like, okay, well she's gone, and there wasn't much to do.
Another one.
I was trying.
Come on, man. Where's the Guapo Suave?
It worked the Friday, but I guess the Saturday I guess Papi Guapo wasn't there. He was taking a break that day. But
that's funny.
But it was, but my point is, it's like there wasn't much to do. It was Burlington, Vermont, so it was deep in Vermont.
Right.
Burlington, Vermont's probably the most populated area of Vermont.
Yeah, probably is.
They got the college there. I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I was around like the farms and stuff, and just it felt like I was in the middle of nowhere. And then there was like one little like city,
store?
One little like the bars and like
Quickie Stop or something, the Quick Stop Market.
Oh yeah.
That was like that in Georgia. I went to see my cousin, and then we were on our way to Florida, and my parents, they were having wrestling in their hometown at their high school. That night, my mother didn't like the cockroaches and the bugs in my uncle's house. Down in Georgia in the 80s, And I was so mad they wouldn't let me go to wrestling. I was like, I almost ruined their time. Like that whole ride from Georgia to Florida, I don't think I said one word to my parents. Right? My mother said afterwards, "You're so ungrateful. We took you to Disneyland." I said, "By myself, you took me to Disneyland at 16 years old. I didn't want to go to Disneyland."
Oh, God.
I was 16. I was chasing girls.
Yeah, you want to go to like...
smoking, I was having a good time.
That was me at 16. That's me right now at 26.
Stay young.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay young.
I'm trying my best.
Really?
So you've gotten booked for a lot of different wrestling promotions over the last year. Do you approach them? Do they approach you? How do you go about getting into these different promotions?
I've been hit up for the most part, really. Or it's like mostly it's connections sometimes.
Yeah.
So like, hey, like
That's all right.
I got this guy here. Hey, he can work. Hey, you want to bring him in? Oh, I see what he's got.
Yeah.
And usually just that. But it's mostly just promoters hitting me up. So that's pretty cool. So like I said, I'm just blessed that in 1 year,
Yeah.
like I'm, working all these different promotions such as, WFA, Let's Wrestle.
Yeah.
Especially WFA. Like we just brought in Dr. Tom Pritchard
Oh, yeah.
for like a seminar, and he was at the show. He saw my match.
Nice.
He had his words, like I have little to no critiques really. I don't really have much critique. I just watched it as a fan, man, and that was great.
That's
that.
awesome.
He was calling me Papi Chulo all weekend. So him and his accent, he's like Papi Chulo. Like, where's Papi Chulo?
Nice.
I was like, oh, that's great.
Doctor's awesome.
He's awesome. He was great. I got a picture up. Oh, I got a little picture with him too. Look, right here.
Oh yeah.
Put it in my background. Right there. You can't see it, but
Probably can't.
it's me and
Nice.
Lex Lozano right there.
So
the
did
new
you-
Heavenly Bodies.
So you participated in the seminar as well then?
Yes.
Lex Lozano,
Saturday
is
and
he
Sunday.
from New York? No.
I just know he lives in Boston. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Boston.
He's a
He's
Boston.
He
been
actually-
working for
if I'm
Scott
not
and them for a bit, right?
He
Or-
took a break for a bit.
Oh, he
yeah,
did?
yeah.
Okay.
So he recently just started like a year, like the last year, I believe. He's
Oh,
just
okay.
started making a comeback and whatnot. He's getting booked as well too. Yeah.
Nice.
He's
Well,
doing
you
great.
just keep working hard and keep working at all these different companies, and more people will call you. I can guarantee it.
Of course,
You know
of
what I
course,
mean? I
yeah.
can guarantee it. Don't you think so?
Oh, I think so. I think the one thing that he's got, like, that I feel like most people, they either got or they don't, is the charisma. Like,
Right.
if you don't have that charisma, the
Yeah.
fans can't connect with you
Right.
one way or the other, whether they like you or they hate you.
Yep.
And I see when you're in that ring, even from the first time I saw you, which was on a Pat Dillon show that I rang announced, like, you just had that charisma, you interacted with the crowd, and the crowd, remembers you because of that interaction.
Because that's the one thing when I before coming into wrestling that I knew I had to have.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like you either have it or you don't. It's all about character really
Yep.
and charisma. People don't care about moves. Like, yeah, you can do a backflip, you can
Right.
do a Canadian Destroyer, all these cool little moves. I can't do any of that. That's no disrespect to anybody who does that style of match. I can't do that. So I know that I have to rely on something else. So
Right.
just being more of a character, just being
Yep.
myself. It's not even a character, really. I'm just being myself when I'm out there. I don't feel like I'm
Turning it up.
Yeah, I'm just turning it up. I'm just being me.
Right.
And luckily, a lot of people like in the back see that. Other
Yep.
wrestlers, they say that you're just being yourself. It doesn't seem like you're
Right.
playing a character or whatnot. I'm just going out there and I'm being me.
That's awesome.
And like I said, luckily that's I do have that one thing that you need in business, and it's just that charisma.
Yeah.
It's like I just want to stand
Yeah.
out.
And also working in tag teams definitely helps you too.
Oh yeah, because you
know?
can play off your partner. Yeah.
And now your partner can get bookings. You can get his book. You know what I mean? You can get you
of
guys
course.
bookings. He can get you guys bookings. You know what I mean?
Of course.
That doesn't hurt.
More bookings does not hurt. No.
No. I would recommend that to anybody if they're just starting out, getting a tag team and also wrestle places singles. I would, it just would be smart. Because if you worked as a tag team and you picked it up together quickly, do you know what I mean? And you can
course
get,
so.
like I said, I haven't seen you and Johnny work, but I can tell you right now that I know you can work. Because you got the charisma and he's got the size.
It works perfectly.
I mean, he's got a lot of size. He's a big dude, man.
we always talk before our matches. Oh, what should
Yeah.
we do, man? I'm like, dude, like you're a giant, and I'm like the quote unquote little
Yeah.
guy who like hides behind the giant. Like let's
Right.
just beat people up, man. We
Yeah.
don't gotta do fancy moves and all that stuff.
Yep.
Hold the guy up, I'll punch him, then I'll hold the guy and you punch him.
Yep.
We're just dirty guys, man. We don't gotta do a
Chicken
bunch of
tree to heel always works too. You know what I mean?
I'm no chicken shit.
But yeah. But you,
I've
you
never seen
really-
him run from anybody, Leo.
No,
in
okay.
fairness.
Well, that's
I don't run for
good.
anybody.
That's good.
People may say stuff, but I never run from anybody. Never.
But he doesn't have to run. He just has to step behind Johnny Pierce.
or Lex Lozano, either one.
Oh yeah.
Lex
that-
is a,
Hey,
yeah, I
if
was
you
gonna say,
got
Lex
someone
is
that
a,
big, why
that's a
wouldn't
big dude?
He's a
If you got
small
two
guy.
big guys, why wouldn't you
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you keep them away from each other though, so they don't decide to want to start teaming.
We all get along.
No,
fine.
I hear that's cool though. That's awesome. Hey, you'll be all set for a 6-man.
Ooh, that's a dominant. Lex has
know?
been talking about that. It's like, hey, a little free bird rule going on
Dude,
here.
man, Lex is a big dude, really big.
And you want to talk about charisma?
Yeah.
He's got charisma.
Nice.
Like if you think if you think I got charisma, him is just a whole nother
Right.
level. So yeah. Well,
But the few WFA shows I did, I was doing the concessions, so I wasn't able to watch everybody's matches. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. And I did see you in there. I saw Ryan Drew. He took on what's his Thailand Nitro?
Tyler Nitro, yeah.
Oh, and he threw his leather vest at me, and I tried to put it on, and I got one. I couldn't even like get my other arm in the hole of the thing. That's how small that guy's vest was.
Oh,
and I'm not a big guy either, but he's jacked. He's another good worker in the area, Tyler Nitro.
I actually got to wrestle him, yeah.
Really?
That was fun, yeah.
Was that for WFA?
WFA as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In Nashville, right?
Yeah, well, that show was in Concord, I remember. I think it was January, February, one of those months. It was very early on when WFA just started relaunched. But WFA has really given me a lot of opportunities to face a lot of good guys. That's why, I enjoy working for WFA. They're putting me in with, top talent, guys like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, I wrestled DK Von Du recently. He's from the... I hate if I butcher this, but from the... I know he trained with QT Marshall.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, QT Marshall. I've faced guys like Jared Diaz.
Nice.
Him. Like I said, I mentioned before Scott Reed, Tyler Nitro. I've got to wrestle Nico Silva. I've got to wrestle a lot of really top quality talent. It's great.
Scott Reed's a great wrestler. And him and Mike got a great thing going up there. They got people coming in like Gabe Sapolsky.
Yep.
Dr. Tom Pritchard. I was kind of jealous. We were away.
Yes.
I kind of wanted to see Dr. Tom Pritchard because last time I saw him, he said to me that, hey, I know you. And he kept telling me he knows me. And I'm like, you don't know me, dude. But it was kind of cool, because it was Dr. Tom.
Absolutely.
I got to put like a little arm ringer on him and Amber. I was a little too stiff on him. He just looks at me. He's like, do I owe you money or something? I know. I'm just really intense right now. Like, clearly, yeah. And he's like, this is what you're doing. Right. And I'm like, oh, God, I was stiff with Dr. Tom. That's great.
Dr. Tom and his brother Bruce, they were working in the WW when they were teenagers. I mean, not that they were working in wrestling in Houston for Paul Bosch as kids, as 13-year-old kids, man. They were selling popcorn, selling whatever they could do.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, man. And that's why I always show up. Like if you want to work for a place, show up there. A couple shows in a row. Hell, hey, can I help set up the ring?
Paying your dues,
I'll never forget. I went to the Beyond shows, and Alec Price was going there every week, setting up and setting up and setting up. And then I just happened to be there the night he debuted, and it was unbelievable. He came out, no word of a lie. The people there hated him, and it wasn't good heat. They hated him. I came back 3 weeks later, and he was the most over person in the building.
Hard work.
You work, hard work.
You gotta work hard, yeah. Connect with the crowd.
There's so many good workers in this area. Guys like Sammy Diaz who's starting now. You know what I mean? You know Sammy?
Sammy, I haven't met him before, but I'm aware of him, yeah.
Yep. You know?
Yeah, there's a guy that I'd love to see him face is Brad Baylor. Have you had the opportunity to see
Brad Baylor? Oh, yeah, I've met him before at the WFA. I actually talked to him the last time he was there. I was like, I'd love to get to, have a match with you at some point.
Yep.
He's great.
Who trained him?
I know he's from like that Connecticut.
Taven?
Yeah.
He's only, I think Taven, I want to say. But he's also 18.
Yeah,
18,
he hasn't been around
He's very,
right.
He's young. Like, he's
good
great.
shape.
Great shape. Yeah, he's great.
He's another one that has
that. Kids, though, that Ricky Smokes is good.
He's actually in my top 3 of guys that I want to wrestle.
Gal Barkley. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Barkay.
All right. Say it. Just don't worry about it, buddy. I butcher everybody's name.
It's funny. Ricky Smokes was a guy that when he first started, I didn't think he was going to, and he really turned my opinion around.
Yeah.
And, it's really.
No, he can work. Ricky can work.
Top 3 guys that I want to wrestle: him, Ichiban. Yeah. Those guys are definitely like right there on the top. That guys that I want to face.
Yeah, there's Ichiban's unbelievable. That kid just came out of like nowhere. Honestly, it just happened. Boom. He was booked on a couple shows, and then he just started getting booked everywhere. It probably all happened for him in the span of 2 months.
Yeah, he's everywhere, huh?
Yeah.
MLW too. I think he recently just made his MLW debut.
Wow.
So.
Now MLW set up their champ for WFA too.
Yep, Alex Kane. He was there. Yeah. I think he's gonna be back at some of the upcoming shows too. Nice.
I'm hoping to see Jacob Fatu in the WWE.
Ooh, that would be nice.
For the bloodline.
He's a beast. That's a guy who I look at him like, why aren't guys like him signed? Like,
Because he's scary looking, right? No,
But
look,
it's like,
but
that's
when
a
you
good-
see, listen, am I
wrestling.
wrong now? When you
It's
see
wrestling.
Jacob Fatu on the TV, right?
You want to see guys that like would like, oh, this guy would kick my ass.
Oh, exactly. That's what
like,
I
I
mean.
wouldn't mess with that guy, you know.
Yeah,
that's what it
not in
should
a
be.
million years, right?
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
Like guys like him, like Alexander Hammerstone,
Yeah.
you know, Richard Holiday.
Yeah.
Guys
Richard
like
Holiday was doing really well down there.
like I see, I'm like thinking, oh, why aren't these guys like on the major television, you know,
Yeah.
AEW or WWE? It's crazy to think, like, it's like,
Hammerstone. I remember when he came down for a Chaotic show and he wrestled AG.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yes, yes.
That was
Was I there for
in
that show?
Andover, I think.
Either Andover or Lowell, one of those.
Yeah, one or the other. That was a good match. So it was Lowell.
Yeah. Okay.
It was Lowell. Yep. That was the night. I think
No.
that was the night Dijak went on a rampage.
Okay.
Was it?
this is
No,
a while
not
back.
Dijak.
Not Dijak. Dijak.
Josh Briggs.
Josh Briggs. Yes, that was the night. Yeah.
Now that's a guy that you probably just missed out on.
Josh, I actually met him. Yeah, I did meet him before.
Did you? Yeah?
Yeah, I remember doing a security show, security for the Chaotic, and like he would always come up and just start chopping like the securities. Like, he just
He
come
was
up, he just
good.
walk up, you know, his big
Yeah.
old self. I'm just standing there. He just goes whack.
Yeah.
He's like, what's up, whack? And I was like, oh.
I always call him Little Rick Fuller anyway, and just
Yeah.
hearing him do that just makes it even more so.
That's funny.
So you mentioned you know Ricky Smokes is in that top three. Who are the other two guys in
Yeah.
that top three?
Ichiban and
You probably
Channing
did mention
Thomas.
Ichiban, okay.
Thomas.
Definitely those three. What I said? Yeah, I want to say those three definitely. And there's other people that
Right.
there's plenty of other people that
There's
I'd
some
rather
good
face.
tag teams you guys should take on. Waves and Curls. Miracle Generation.
Johnny Pierce has mentioned that
You know
before.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
there's a lot of tag teams.
I'm just saying those two teams right now are the Juckets. The Juckets, Devin Baker and Steve Russo. I think they go by different names than that, but that's the
Probably.
names that we know them as.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know? They're a new tag team.
Yeah, they do like the hillbilly gimmick down.
Yeah,
there.
the Hillbilly.
I think I know what you're talking
It's
about.
kind of
Yeah,
funny
yeah,
too,
yeah.
man. Devin's funny because he just speaks gibberish. Blah, 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 you know? It's pretty funny.
One
And
time-
I like gimmicks. I'm a huge fan of gimmicks.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey.
You know? I
But,
mean, you got a gimmick. You
Yeah,
right? You
I would
just
say
turn it up
I
more. You
turn it
just,
up.
yeah.
I remember, what was it? It was an Al Snow shoot interview, and he would explain the difference between like a character and a gimmick.
Yeah.
And he was saying that the gimmick is just an extension of who you are, and then the character is like a whole different like persona. So yeah, you would say that I am a walking gimmick.
Right.
yeah, I am.
You know,
But,
and as you should be.
Yeah, of course.
As a suave.
Papi Guapo.
Exactly.
Guapo 24/7.
Yep.
Ladies, hit me up. But back to the tag team things that you were talking about. One tag team that I really do want to face, the Heavy Hitters.
Shay and Frank.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Cohort Guapos, because I feel like that's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, three big guys,
Yeah.
and then you got me. I just think that would be a fun match.
I think that'd be really good.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Cold Hot Guapos against Bo Douglas and Slick Wagner Brown.
Ooh, that would be nice.
that would be
yeah.
You know, for
I
the
like
young
Russell
generation against the
Yeah.
To wrestle
No,
Bo, that would be awesome.
Bo and Slick know I'm saying this. I've known
yeah.
them since the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
they are older generation now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
as much
Love
as they
those
might not want
guys.
to believe it, but
I love Bo. He's a
Bo's-
great guy,
Yeah.
man.
And
He's so
Slick
great.
is awesome too.
that's the reason why Fenway had to end at 5:00. Bo's such a nice guy. He booked 45 people for the show that night. I love you, Bo. I don't mean that in a bad
No,
way.
right,
either.
exactly. Yeah, we love Bo. Of course we do. We got to get Bo on here again soon.
Yeah, you haven't had Bo in a
Not in a
while.
long time. Music. What are you into for music?
Music, listen, people find it surprising, all right, because I'm Latino.
Yeah.
But I really like country.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I blame my ex-girlfriend for that because she really got me into country, and I just can't I can't. It's like, hey, she got me into it. It kind of reminds me of her, but it's like, you know what? It's really good. All right, I admit it, because I would always shit on country music.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to it. I'm like, you know what? This isn't that. This isn't that Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is actually
Morgan
really.
Wallen's like a whole new.
Listen, this guy, he asked the world to go see Morgan Wallen, right? What's his name? Wallen?
Wallen. No, he's
Wallen.
Wallen.
And he couldn't find anyone to go.
Wait, what? I would have.
I didn't know. Yeah, if it was I had it
next
out there,
time.
but
Next time.
I didn't know. Yeah, I was like everybody I asked was just like no, and then some people are just like, well, it's weird for two guys to go to a Morgan Wallen concert. And I'm like, well, I'm comfortable with it. Like,
Right.
I know who I am, so I'm not, no offense to anybody. No offense to anybody who might be the other way, but you know,
country, hip hop, rap, the usual rock.
So you like a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. Just people find it surprising. They're like, oh, country. I'm like, you like country? I'm like, yeah, what's wrong with country? Country's awesome.
You'd be surprised. Like, I mean, a year ago, I had the opportunity from one of Pat Dillon's fundraisers to win Bad Bunny tickets, and I went in thinking like this is going to be like the worst night of my life, and I got there, and kid I went with, like, we were like thinking like, you know, and I'm not being we're like, we're going to be the only white guys there, like we're not going to understand the music, and we didn't understand a word he said,
but it was probably really fun.
The music was like the best, like beat. The crowd was so energetic. You just couldn't beat the energy of like that concert.
I don't know what they're saying, but this is awesome.
Yeah, like it was like you just couldn't beat that. Like,
I went to see this band called UFO, right? Michael Schenker, with my buddy Dave, and he's like, I said, how much are the tickets? He said, $100. I said, you want me to pay $100 for a guy that I don't even know anything of his music? So I did. I did, right? Risky. When the show was over, I had to blast the whole show. You know what I mean? And I told my buddy, I said, he comes around again, I'll buy a ticket, I'll go see him again. But when I really am going to go again is because my buddy brought me to see Guns N' Roses for free in his company box.
That's nice.
That was incredible. You know, any shows, any concerts you've been to?
I haven't been to a concert in a long time. Like I said, like I really ever since really just starting, you know, wrestling training and just like being on shows.
And
I've really
too. COVID was almost 4 years ago too. You know what I mean? And you're only 26. You know, you're not 56, like close to my age, or close to Dave's age.
Yeah. But I've been finding myself really just I'm gonna sound boring, but I really haven't been going out that much lately. Really, like concerts or nothing. I'm just
working on your career.
Yeah, just doing stuff. But I will go out every now and then. But the last concert I went to was like years ago. It was what do you call it? The summer jam in Mansfield.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was just a bunch of different rappers that came, and like I went to that. That was fun.
I went to
snuck in some joints.
Yeah,
I went to see.
There might have been some of that at Bad Bunny.
Starship, Jefferson Starship, and who was the main? Bret Michaels. Yeah, and then before that, I went to see somebody. You know, who was it? It was in Derry at that Tupelo music place. It was an '80s band. I don't remember who, but it was good. It was fun. I got drunk. I took an Uber home that night.
Yeah, that's safe.
I got dropped off and took an Uber.
At least you didn't drive.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Yep, because I knew I was going to get hammered. So, you know what I mean?
Of course.
But yeah, so you hadn't been to a concert in a while. I'm actually going to one next month.
Ooh, which one?
This band called Blue October. I'm in absolute love with this band. I seen them. I did a meet and greet with them. And I asked you could ask them questions at the meet and greets, right? And I go, hey, I know you're sober's only one day at a time. How long you been sober? 9 years, 3 months. And I'm like, that's awesome. So then we got pictures with them, right? Yeah. And they played. They took questions and then they played. And then they took a picture like with them on top of the stage and us on the floor. You know what I mean? Because of the pandemic stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as I'm leaving, we were the first ones to get our pictures taken. Me and Sonny Goodspeed as well. Walking away, the lead singer goes, hey, how long you been sober? And I didn't know how to tell him that I don't have a problem. Do you know what I mean? So I said, oh, I'm still struggling out there. And as I walk away, the guy goes, I love you. I go, I love you too. But I mean, he only said it because he thinks that I'm having problems with booze and drugs. And I'm not having any problem at all. They go down just fine. You know what I mean? They do.
So going back to El Guapo.
Yes, please.
When you mentioned you trained under different places, when was it that you first realized you wanted to actually get involved and be a professional wrestler? When was that day that you actually said you wanted to do this?
when I had enough of college. So I mean, it was way before that too. Like after high school,
Yeah.
like I always had in the back of my head, I'm like it's not impossible.
Right.
Like people say, oh, that's so hard. You know, that's not fit. You're not fit for that,
Right.
or like, yeah, that's impossible. Don't do something else. It's like
People
but
that
what if-
don't know, they, you know.
It's like, you know what? I feel like I could do this. You know,
Yeah,
it's
of
like
course.
you just have to have that confidence. And then years like around 2018 is when I stared training.
Nice.
Like, and that's where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Take a break from college. Let
Yeah.
me just do this. And ever since then, just keep going. I'm just
That's good, man. And you
all
just
uphill.
keep working hard, man, and
all
keep
about.
going to different places if they allow you to go.
of course, yeah,
You
get my
know,
name
I
out there
mean,
more.
you back in the day, 20 years ago, nobody wanted anybody to go anywhere. You know, if you worked out with Joe Blow didn't want you going to work out with Frankie Boobs. And you know what I mean? All these other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you
Nobody
mean, yeah.
wanted you to make it anywhere. They wanted you to stay in that one little spot.
I can't. I got to spread my wings.
You
And
know?
I think that's what's great. Like Bell Time has like encouraged you, like
Yes.
Chaotic has encouraged you, go to Chaotic, go to Elite, go wherever you need to go and get that
And
experience.
other coaches will say the same thing. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
They'll say, hey, just
different people that times have changed, man, and it's great to see.
you learn
It
something.
really
new
is
everywhere,
great
yeah.
to see.
Of course.
You know, because the more you can learn from each person, and it's funny because you've been doing it for a little while, and there might be a kid that just started, and he might do something, and you might go, "Wow, hey, can you show me how?" You know what I mean? Because you
Yeah.
can literally learn from someone brand new. You really can.
Yeah, everybody's different.
Yeah.
There's always something you can learn from somebody. Yeah.
The one thing I think that people can learn from you, the one thing that I see that you don't see enough these days is you're always promoting the shows that you're on.
Yes.
You're sharing them on social media. You're getting the word out there. And a lot of people, they just show
don't.
up and wrestle. They don't share it online. They don't
Yeah.
tell their friends. They don't
Yeah.
tell anybody. And it's
Yeah.
like, you're on the show. Like, get people
Promote
to come to the
yourself,
show.
yeah.
You know?
They come on the show here and they don't share the show.
You're a brand, you know. It's like that's what Bo would always tell me. It's like,
Right.
hey, he's always telling me, get a Twitter, get all this other stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like, but I got Instagram and Facebook. No, get Twitter. You got to get all that stuff.
Right.
TikTok, dude, be on
Yeah.
everything. You're a brand, like promote
Right.
yourself. And it's I'm not big of a social media guy. That's
Yeah.
why Facebook and Instagram is all I have. Like, that's like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm just
Right.
gonna stick to that. It's too much for me.
I'm horrible at sharing stuff, man. Like
I'm getting
Yeah.
better at it.
I really am.
It's hard though because like I know from like having nieces and nephews, like they'll literally tell me like Facebook is the old person like
Yes.
social media. Like they'll literally
Yes.
say that to me. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, so like they're on Snapchat and so I'm like, yep, until all the adults get on Snapchat, then the younger crowd will say, yeah, I don't want to be on that
They'll be
anymore.
back
you
to
know?
Facebook.
Yeah.
The only reason I even have Facebook really is because that's where like the promotions usually have like group pages
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
like the bookings and whatnot. Basically, why and also to promote
Right.
myself, obviously.
Yep.
And that's the only reason why I still even have a Facebook. If I wasn't wrestling or anything, I probably wouldn't even use it at all. I wasn't using it at all really until I started
Right.
wrestling more. And that's why okay, now Facebook is useful for something.
So someone just asked me, they said, "You have a Facebook page for the show?" And I go, "Yeah." And then I go, "I don't use it though. I
Really,
don't
it's-
share the show
I would say
on the
more than anything is the
page."
New England Indie Insider page is where you
Yeah,
really.
I'll share it there more, but I don't. And I'll share it to groups, and that's the thing. Like for you too, you know what I mean? Like get in these groups that have 12,000 people,
yeah.
members, you know, and then share your clips in those things, and that's how you'll get more of a following.
So for the people wondering, where can they see you
Yes.
coming?
September's actually very busy for me. This upcoming weekend, both I want to say it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
So that's going to be Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, the WFA are running shows at the Hopkinton Fair
yep.
show. I forget where it is. I'm not gonna
Right.
Concord something, New Hampshire. But yeah, those shows coming up. I got Let's Wrestle coming up. I'm facing actually wrestling Monty Aries, who actually asked some questions.
Yes.
It's a momentum match. You know, he just
work
made his
too.
debut at Let's Wrestle. I'm on a win streak at Let's Wrestle.
Yep.
He wants to beat me. It ain't gonna happen. I'll be seeing you September 8th.
That's a promotion. I haven't had a chance to see it as Let's Wrestle.
It's
so
fun. It's a lot of fun wrestling there, man.
Should get up there one of these times. Nah, we're so
Are they
bad.
on Saturdays? Because if they're on Fridays, forget
Fridays
it.
and Saturdays. It's mostly Fridays and Saturdays.
Right.
But September 9th, I got Proving Ground.
Yeah.
With versus Jamie Tucker.
Nice.
DLC Championship match. The gold's coming around. Papi Guapo. You better watch
Nice.
out.
Now, have you wrestled for Proving Ground already?
Yes, I made my debut back in June against Mike Grassa, who I actually just wrestled at NRG again this past Friday.
Very talented kid.
He's awesome.
No doubt.
Love wrestling him. He beat me both those matches, so I'm
Yeah.
a little salty about that. But we'll face each other again, and I'll beat him next time.
There you go.
Definitely.
They got to be confident, right?
Yeah, he's a mind eraser. It's kind of tough. You know?
Yeah, he is. And he's a good-sized kid, too.
Yeah,
he's another, you know what I mean? He's not a little guy.
No.
You know?
Yeah, shout out to all those guys too.
Yeah.
That whole crew down there, like Mike Grassa.
I was thinking about doing like a Halloween show and having like him with his, you know what I mean? Like some freaks in the studio, you know? Like he would be great with that mask thing he has.
And he came out with them. Oh, what is that?
Right?
But yeah, shout out to all those guys. That entire crew. Him, the Dirt City Murder
The
Crew.
Dirt City,
Murder
Dirt
Crew. Yeah, I don't want to
Murder Crew.
Yeah,
yes.
Mike Montero.
Yep.
You know, Jason
Yep.
Devine.
Ricky
all those,
Medeiros.
Jason Devine. Yeah,
Jason Devine,
Jamie Tucker.
Yep,
all
Jamie
those,
Tucker,
yeah.
Tom Billington. I don't think he's
Devin
with
Blaze.
them, but that's just all that.
That crew, yeah.
Yeah, David Cash.
Yeah, got to wrestle Devin
Good
Blaze.
group of dudes, man. I like Todd Graham a lot. Todd's a good dude.
Good guy, yeah.
You know, and all the other guys that helps him with the company, Ryan Andrews, Atlee Green, they're all good people, man.
Yeah, I got to
You know,
wrestle.
and did you work for NCW yet?
Did I? Oh yeah, I did. It was just a few weeks ago. Yeah,
Nice.
I was in a 5-way match
Yeah.
against Devin Blaze. God, I'm drawing a blank. Devin Blaze. Oh, Johnny Pierce was in the match.
Yeah.
Him, AJP, and Kellen Thomas.
Another good kid right there, AJP.
That's somebody I'd like to wrestle too. Mostly because he's got really great hair, and I got great hair. So hey,
You got what?
no, he's got great hair, and I got great hair.
I thought you said gray hair. I'm like,
Maybe they could book hair versus no.
Hey, stop it right there. But all those guys are great. I've got to wrestle Devin Blaze actually and Chris Cruz this past Saturday at RWA, like I mentioned. That's how I got this little deal right here.
yeah.
Yeah, tough guys. Hey, yeah. Wrestling, it ain't ballet.
So you were just there. Was it last night? RWA?
Saturday.
Saturday night.
And then yesterday was Green Mountain.
Chris Sanders was there, right? The kid. He's like,
You're the commentator?
yeah,
he was there. He was
He's
there
a
as
good
well.
kid, man. That's what's his name, son? Wolverine. No. Yeah.
Oh, Danger Boy and Wolverine.
Wolverine's son, not Danger Boy Alfredo.
So I know we're getting close to the end.
Yeah,
So I didn't want to get this
please.
question in because I usually always put this question out there. But if somebody came up to you and said they want to become a professional wrestler, what was the one piece of advice you would give to them, knowing what you know now?
Stay focused, stay determined, diet, gym, stay basically just that. Stay
Even if you're not
focused,
gonna
man.
be a wrestler, you can
Don't lose sight of the end goal.
Right.
Really. Just stay hungry, man. Have a passion for this, because if you don't have a passion for this, then it's like you gotta love this.
Yeah.
You really.
No, I hear you.
Like you really
hear
gotta
you.
like people say that to be successful, you have to really be obsessed
Right.
with something. You
Right.
can't just work hard. You can work hard and whatnot.
Yep.
But you have to be obsessed with it. I've noticed that with anything
Right.
in life, wrestling, whatever it is, you have to obsess over it to the point where your friends are like, dude, hey,
Yeah.
what's wrong with you? Hey man,
Or
take a break, man.
being willing
If you
to
don't
travel.
want it, you're not going to work for it. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Traveling, that's a big thing. Like a lot of people will get in this and then they're just like, oh, I don't want to leave Massachusetts.
Yeah,
And it's like,
I don't want
that's not
to
realistic.
take that 8-hour drive to Canada.
Oh no. Yeah, you got to make the roads, man. You got to make the drives.
Diego, thanks for being on the
Thanks
show.
so much.
course,
Appreciate
of course.
it. Leo, thank you.
How was everything? This is just my first time
This
doing
is
interviews.
good, brother. We're out.
Oh.
Peace. Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe. That's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.